Hi there, my name is Courtney and this is my 4-month-old baby Saïd, and I am here to tell you everything that you will need to know in order to take great care and be prepared for your 4-month-old baby. If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I post videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between 6 and 8 o'clock. Here we go. So the first thing that I want to let you know is that he did have a doctor's appointment yesterday. It went really, really well. He is 16 pounds and 3 ounces, which is a good weight for a breastfed baby. The doctor did say that we need to continue giving him the vitamin D drops, which he totally dreads, but she said that at 4 months it is still very important that your baby have vitamin D drops. She also said that giving him solid foods would not be very good because the solid foods are going to decrease his milk production, and right now the milk production is allowing him to gain weight. So it's going to be 100% the factor that's going to allow your baby to continue gaining weight. So introducing solids at 4 months is possible, but it's not recommended because it could potentially cause the baby to decrease in their weight going forward. Next thing, the doctor said that the baby needs to have tummy time 3 times a day for 5 minutes each. Now Saïd has just started his tummy time for about 1 time a day for like a minute each. He kind of really hates tummy time. So this is going to be something that I'm definitely going to have to work hard on coming the next month, because she said that this tummy time is going to allow him to build the muscles he needs to eventually be able to crawl. By 6 months, he should be able to sit up on his own. Right now, he is not able to do that. His first function that he was able to do since 3 months was be able to pick things up. So he can definitely pick things up really easily, and everything that he picks up at this point, he puts into his mouth immediately. So I would just be prepared to make sure that anything that's within the span of your baby's surrounding area, that it's okay to put in his mouth, because that's the first thing that they're going to do when they're able to pick things up. Saïd still sleeps in our room. I know some babies sleep in a separate room independently at 3 or 4 months. I just found that it was too early for me. I am a little bit clingy, and I just wanted to make sure that he was still where I could see him safe and sound sleeping. So we are probably going to move him into his own room in the coming months, because he is a lot more aware of the things that are happening around him. So it's making it a little bit harder for him to fall asleep in our room. So that's definitely a change. I am still feeding him in the middle of the night. He does a feed at 2 to 4 o'clock, and then he'll do another feed from 5 to 7 o'clock. But those are the only 2 feedings that I ever do. I'm getting a ton more sleep. So he's still sleeping on his back right now, but he has added being able to sleep on his side recently. So when I wake up, normally I see him propped over on his side, just sort of trying to fall asleep or wake back up. I don't really see him too much on his back anymore. Saïd is 100% improving on his night routine. He is now able to read his little book and then allow himself to go to sleep. In the middle of the night, he only wakes up 1 to 2 times, which is totally okay with me. I'm getting on average 5 to 6 hours of sleep per night, just straight through. He will sleep for 5 to 6 hours, which is great. And I do not change his diaper in the middle of the night anymore. I find that if I get up and I change his diaper, it's going to wake him up or rustle him, and he's gonna think that it's the morning when it's the middle of the night. So we have made a habit of not doing that anymore. We change his diaper right before he goes to bed, and then when he wakes up, we change it first thing. So those are his updates for his night routine. One of the most exciting things for this stage with your baby is going to be the introduction of a formal playtime. He is now able to lie on the carpet in the room and play to his heart's desire. We read books, we do tummy time, he plays with his toys, he smiles, he laughs, he stands up. I take an hour out of my day each day to make sure that he has a formal session as far as playtime goes, because it is something that he was not able to do before. But now that he has stronger neck muscles, the baby is now definitely able to move around and do playtime. He has adopted a favorite toy. It's this little thing that squeaks all the time when you hold it or you move it. I was not expecting that this early he would have a favorite toy, but I'm just happy that the baby shower allowed us to sort of have a few toys to choose from, because that is definitely his favorite toy. At this stage, I regret not having a car for him to move around in or any other sort of larger toys. I didn't want to buy those because I wasn't sure he was going to be able to use them very soon, but as it is, he is ready to go into a car that can scoot around the floor, and he's ready for bouncers and things like that. So for your baby, make sure that you have those on deck at 3 months, because between 3 and 4 months, they will be ready to use those toys. He is continuing to teeth, so he's still putting his fingers in his mouth and everything else that he picks up into his mouth. So we have bought teething rings and a lot of bibs in order to kind of help with this, because the drool has increased a lot. I will say that he goes through 2 to 3 bibs a day. So I bought 1 bib per day, and I found that wasn't enough back at 3 months, and now at 4 months, I can say with 100% certainty today he is going to go through 2 to 3 bibs. So I have 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and 1 in the evening, and by the evening all 3 are completely soaking wet with spit and throw up and all that great stuff. So I would suggest investing in a lot of bibs at this stage of your baby's development, as they are going to use them routinely and regularly. As far as pooping goes, my baby poops every week and a half. It's not as often as our doctor would like him to poop, but I find that when he does poop, it is explosive. Saïd takes baths every other day. We stopped doing the every other day a couple of weeks after his 3-month update, just because his skin was really drying out. But since he is getting into more things and is a lot more active, we started back up doing the every other day bath time, and his smell is wonderful all of the time, and I think it really helps him to develop his foot motions, because in the bathtub he is always swimming and having a good time. The water really scared him between the newborn and 3-month stage, so now I'm finding that water is something that he is learning to enjoy and isn't necessarily afraid of anymore. Nails. I was not prepared when I had a baby that I would need to take care of little baby nails every single day. So be prepared for your little one's nails, because they will be very sharp and they will scratch your baby, they will scratch you immediately. So I have had to invest in the Frida nail bed shavers, and I am shaving and taking care of his nails at least 1 or 2 times a week, so that I'm not getting any nail marks on my breasts when I'm breastfeeding, or he's not getting any nail marks on his legs when he is playing. I wanted to tell you a little bit about my postpartum development. I am feeling a lot better. I'm getting more sleep. The only drawbacks that are still affecting me is, and I'm just gonna warn you, TMI, but I thought that you ladies would wanna know that this is what happens when you have a baby. When I try to do number 2, it hurts when it comes out, and if I try and keep it in, it hurts 100 times more still. My weight definitely fluctuates very rapidly and very quickly. I can lose 7 pounds in 2 weeks, and then I can gain 10 pounds in 2 weeks as well. So that's something that's still going on. And I didn't notice in the beginning that I was losing hair between 0 and 3 months. I actually was not losing that much hair, and I had been warned that there would be a ton of hair loss after giving birth. But at the 3.5 to 4 month mark, I started losing a ton of hair. Now I have thick, big, natural curly hair, and it definitely got thicker during my pregnancy. So hair loss isn't necessarily something that I think is a negative. I actually was like, yay, my hair is a little bit thinner now. It's easier to comb. But for those of you who have naturally thin hair, definitely be prepared between 3 and 4 months that hair loss that is notorious after you have a baby begins happening. And last but not least, I want to thank everyone that donated clothes at my baby shower. This is the stage where your baby shower clothes that everyone gave you when you were pregnant is going to run out. All of Saïd's baby shower clothes that were donated are now used. I packed them away. If you want to see how I organized my nursery and got rid of all of the used clothes that were too small, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I did a video on that last week, and I'd be happy to share how I organized my closet with you. Now we are finished with Saïd's 4-month update. If you guys are still watching, thank you so much. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. I will be doing monthly updates for my baby till 12 months. And I will also be doing baby essential videos, must-haves, cleaning, organization, and just overall general day in the lives. Saïd is a little bit tired now. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great day.